I think many people aren't aware and don't really understand the severity of food allergies and how that can greatly impact an individual, whether an adult, whether a child, whether a toddler.
Usually the first thing that happens with me is my lips start to get tingling, and my throat starts getting dry, and then it can escalate from there to like vomiting and feeling trouble breathing.
When my child was first diagnosed, one of the things I found the most difficult to deal with was just the lack of information.
It can be really stressful to trying new foods. Like for a lot of people, it's just, well, what if it doesn't taste good? For me, it's, could I have an anaphylactic reaction to it?
The most stressful thing day to day about having a child with anaphylactic allergies is really the worry that if there is an accident, it is as serious as it can get, and these accidents can be fatal.
In 2015, my younger sister passed away from an anaphylactic reaction. It was her first week of university. She had a smoothie that had one of the allergens, and she had a reaction right there on campus.
Clear food labeling would be really helpful. Another change that would be helpful would be if there was just some kind of best practices out there for those involved in food preparation, whether that be in a school or a restaurant or whatever, to follow to minimize the risk of cross-contamination.
In terms of going out to eat, you have to plan ahead, you always have to call ahead, you have to make sure you're able to eat there. A lot of restaurants say the blanket statement, we cannot guarantee anything.
One thing that's very important is restaurants that are clear about their ingredient lists.
It's not always clear whether a product does contain food allergens or if it's simply been processed in the same facility as other things that do contain allergens, or if there's really no relationship at all.
I'm standing at the grocery store and everything has sesame or may contain sesame, or nuts or may contain nuts. And I literally am so overwhelmed that I don't know, I can't find one thing to buy. I can't find a cracker, I can't find bread.
The auto-injectors expire pretty quickly, so the continuous renewal of them, especially if you don't have insurance, is quite heavy.
The one thing that we have found is a real problem is people think there's such a thing as allergy-free foods. And so if a food is labeled no peanuts or school safe, they assume this means that my daughter is safe with it, who has a coconut allergy. Often it is not the case.
I can't even imagine what it must be like just to drop a kid off at a birthday party or show up at a party without having spent hours thinking and planning and preparing food to go.
If I could change one thing about living with food allergies, it would be that people who don't manage food allergies understand that this isn't a choice and it's difficult.
What I'd like to see is just more awareness, for it to be taught in schools. The emotional side, the physical side, just all the sides.
We don't want people with food allergies to be ostracized because of them. We don't want them to be isolated because of them. We don't want them to be defined by them. We want to treat this as an appropriate, prioritized public health issue and have everyone in the community respond in an effective and measured way.